we're having a good time talking about this, but we kind of have no idea what we just watched. So if you know something we don't know, or agree with anything we're saying, or want to correct it, please let us know in the comments.
I had no idea what this movie was about going into it. I just knew there were great actors and actresses in it, and a director who literally just did another movie with the same main actor and actress. We're talking about Emma Stone and William Dafoe. It was very different. It was literally three different movies. Literally, a movie would end and they show some credits, and then they start a whole other movie that was totally unrelated. I thought that was very dope and unique. It's something different. Once again, as you can see, the pattern with what I like is that stuff that can bring in fresh stuff to the movies. You know, like I love a good reboot if it's well made. I love the Marvel and the DC stuff and the horror movies, but when you bring something fresh, it's just a good enjoyment at the movie theater. So I thought it was done well. I was intrigued. I was interested through each movie. I didn't know what was going on. I figured the third one out, but all the other two, I had no idea what was going on. It was just interesting. The acting was dope.
I enjoyed trying to figure out what was going on. And then what do you call it? The pacing kind of caught me at the end, where like my focus started to lapse, and like I wasn't there all the way, so that kind of affected my viewing, because I don't want to say it dragged on, because the scenes were necessary, the build up and the timing was necessary, but it was a lot to focus on. So, which is why my review or my reaction is 1 thumb up and not 2. They got us excited with the Sweet Dreams at the beginning. They fucking slapped us in the face with it a couple times. I was worried. I thought they were gonna make me get tired of listening to it. But even the other, just like the classic piano music they were using, it helped her. I enjoyed that too, even though Sweet Dreams is what got me in the seat, that got the bump. They sold the ticket for me. But yeah, I thought it was good. I still don't really get it. I actually think they were kind of connected. And I don't know any. I didn't read up on it or anything, so that's what kind of frustrated me. That's probably why I was focusing so hard. I lost. I got fatigued with the focus. That makes sense though. But I thought it was good. So.
The intriguing part was actually when you think about those layers of the movie, like the three parts of it, they kind of went together a little bit. They were different, definitely different, but I think that they were different time zones, or different times in their lives. But for me, the story was what was really good. The pacing was very slow, and the fact that it had three parts in it, when it came to the end, I was like, man, I'm tired, I need to go home. I liked the sound. I liked the actors and the actresses in it. She was very good, especially when they turned her into blonde hair. That was dope. Even the aging of the guy, like the way they just showed him in the different movies, like he was really transitioning into that role that he was playing. Like the first role that he played in the first part of it, when he was wearing that little turtleneck, the purple one, he just looked squirmish and just The guy who was, the old guy, he was pretty good too, and his role was also consistent. I don't think it was different in each part of the movies. Like he's stayed kind of consistent. He was still the authoritarian in all three. I'll still skip to my end just because I slept a little bit. It was the pacing just killed me.
That's the dude from Civil War.
Jesse Plemons.
That's his name. Didn't mean to count him out, but he did a great job in this too. I've only really seen him kind of play similar roles, and even this role was kind of similar, but you still got to see more of him. He seemed like he was the main character in this, and usually he's not. So I thought he did a great job. He was fun to watch and interesting. The sound, the music, yep, I did enjoy that. The piano tones and the whole points they picked to put music in was just, yeah, exactly. Yep. It added to it. It really helped the movie. So
you said it's kind of a similar role. I think it's way different. He's always got the upper hand. He's always controlling the frame of the scenes he's in. I feel like this is the first time I've seen him be vulnerable.
I guess maybe what I meant was like similar roles in like serious characters.
Okay.
Flexing his acting chops.
But yeah, I like you said, yeah, he was flexing in this one. I feel like he's never had to. I mean, I guess it was 3 different movies or whatever. But yeah, he had to show some range. And like I said, that first story, he was kind of getting hold. I'd never seen him in that position. And so the first story, he's making him repeatedly do stuff. You got to do stuff the right way. It's a simulation. Like you got to get better. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get why he's trying to make him kill that dude, and why the dude was going to be there at the same time every week. I don't understand why that was happening. But I feel like he was training him. It seemed like he's trying to train him to be like AI.
I interpret it as like she was talking like brainwashed, or like,
yeah, like artificial.
I ain't got no free will no more.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought they were similar. So
talking about the first one.
Yeah, the last one that they talked about, it was the cult, but the other one, he was in a cult, but it was the business cult. Like you're brainwashed to I got to look a certain way, I got to dress a certain way, I got to present a certain way. But it's a different version of it.
I didn't see that whole meta thing like you did with the first one. I didn't see it as him training him. I saw it as a pure dominance relationship with sex and money and control. I saw William Dafoe being some kind of rich billionaire, and he just grooms these people to do what he wants. Like literally is in control of every aspect of their life, where they live, what they eat, who they marry, how they have kids. It was all a power dominance thing. And obviously the dude really fell in love with William Dafoe. He obviously did what he wanted for him at the end, and then he, welcomed him back into his warm embrace. And he started when whatever my guy's name is, when he said I can't do it, he's like, all right, on to the next one. I already got another one I've been grooming, which is Emma Stone. She's fresh. The whole thing with the dude showing up to the same spot to get hit, that was just another dude that he had power over. I saw him as just being another one of those people that looks to William Dafoe as the master, whatever like that, and control over his life, and was willing to die for him because that's just what gets him off, or whatever they had going psychologically. So he was like, hey, I want you to show up every week in this car to get hit, and you might die, you might not. That's what makes me happy, and the dude was more than happy to do that. That's how I interpreted that, the first one. And then obviously Emma almost did it, hit dude in a coma or wherever, how bad he was in the hospital, and then obviously old boy came and finished him off, and that was enough for William Dafoe to welcome him back, and all was well.
So like you said, it was a dominant thing, right? Mm-hmm. So even though we're kind of on the wrong page, we're thinking two different ways, we're thinking on the same
result, probably.
So just like so I see what you're saying, and that's the same thing that happens in a cult. Brainwashing, you do exactly what you're told. You know what I mean? But like I said, one was an actual cult. One was, I don't know if it's the corporate world or whatever, the high society or whatever.
It was a type of cult.
Yeah, but like all the story, I don't know if the second one, we'll talk about the second one, but they equal. Like, yeah, we're in a cult, but the other one is just more disguised, I guess. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Or
I definitely get your point too.
Yeah, the second one. First, I knew it was a swinger thing. I fucking sought that out right away. I don't get it. I don't get that one at all. So he's a cop. His wife was missing, right? That's how we found him. He's a cop. His wife was missing. They're mourning. They had his police partner, who they also swap partners with. And then she comes back. So I was thinking she ate everybody wherever they lived, and that's why I thought her feet got bigger. And I didn't know if they were trying to say her experience, her harsh experience changed the person she was, or if she got swapped out. And then so I was believing him when he wasn't eating the food. I was like, good. And then she took her liver out, and then the new one came. I was lost.
The second one, I was also confused. I probably still am a little bit. So, but here's how I interpret it. Him and his boy are partners, wife goes missing, and he's just off and distraught and doing weird shit at work, touching suspects and shit. Like, hey, come on, man. But he's not all there. His wife is missing. At the dinner, when it was just the three of them, I had no idea they was about to be swingers. That came out of left field for me.
When they said, let's watch the video, that's when I was like, and they was like, that wouldn't be appropriate right now. I knew they were swingers.
Oh, I thought it was just some like home videos of them hanging out on vacation or something like that. So I had no idea. And then they cut to that. And I was like, oh, what a twist. So then when she came back and they had the little flash of her eating on an island, I thought the same thing. She must have ate most of them, and one of them survived. As you can see, though, they never showed that dude's full face. So I thought that was kind of weird. I thought it was gonna lead to something, but anyway. But what confused me is why he started going crazy. Once he had his wife back and said, "Yeah, she's not my wife," why did he start going crazy?
Eat people.
I know.
Did he get that dude's finger?
No.
He was exactly.
The bullet one. Yeah.
That's the scene I was getting to. Like, why did he go crazy and just randomly shoot somebody and then start licking his bullet wound? Like, I didn't understand why he was going crazy. Yeah. Even if your wife is back and you think she's whatever, but like you shoot somebody and lick their wound, like I couldn't figure that out.
It was very crazy.
I couldn't figure that out. So then he's on medication. She's home trying to take care of him. She wants him to eat. I still didn't see any malice in her attitude. Like, I didn't think she was trying to poison him or anything. Like, she kept saying eat. Like, he was like literally not eating. So I thought she really was trying to take care of him. I couldn't see any malice in her behavior. So I still couldn't figure it out. I'm like, why is he not eating? What is going on? Even if it's not her, I still didn't see any negativity out of it. She generally seemed like she wanted, even when she talked to her dad outside and she slapped her dad, like she was standing up for her husband. Like, I still didn't see like some creepy AI thing or some creepy alien or body swap thing trying to,
they should have explained that.
Take him over or whatever. I didn't see the horror part of it. You know what I'm trying to say? I didn't see the malice of it. Exactly. So like she stood up for her husband, said, "Get out of here. I love him." Went back to trying to take care of him, and then he was like, "Give me your pinky." And then she's right or not. Gave him the pinky. Then I still didn't put together that like he was tricking her to slowly kill herself. So he said, "Take off your pinky." She does that, and he's like, "Oh, now I want a liver or a leg." And he's like, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if she does this, this is not my wife. Like, and then like we can kill, she'll be dead. But I couldn't figure any of that last part out. Like, okay, she kills herself. But then I understood that, oh, his new wife is back. But I didn't understand why or from where or
I have a question. So I have a question. Do you think, since we both don't understand, but when he killed that lady, when he killed the one that was there, the new one came, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember in the first one where there was so much control, stuff that was so much controlling? I'm just thinking that they were taking pieces out of each one. They were kind of traveling with the movie. So you see like the dominance he had over this girl now, the one that he has now in the second one, that's the kind of same dominance that guy had in the first one where he was begging him, oh, please let me do it. Let me try again. It's like a dominance thing in each individual movie. And I see it in this situation too. Like was he practicing that? Because even when he went to look for like the other girl and stuff, was he acting as was he trying to act like that because he was a dominant figure and he was also trying to do the same thing to this girl in the house and he just figured it out that he had to use dominance?
So I think I agree with you. So like I said, Willem Dafoe, he was training them or whatever. I think it was a simulation or whatever. Mm-hmm. You don't work, we'll plug the next person in to give you the perfect outcome I want. So with him, maybe, like I said, she comes back in the aisle, he's like, that's not my wife. Mm-hmm. So maybe, like you said, maybe he figured out, all right, if she's not my wife, let me see what I can get. Let me see what I can get away with, or like how I can put my dominance on her. Yeah. So maybe he asked her to do something like the pinky or whatever, and then he's like, oh, she'll do it. So let's kill this one off. I'll get another one. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Does that make sense?
But it makes sense, but zero regulation in the movie makes us hard. We have to interpret it this one. Yeah. This one was, to me, like had no kind of conclusion. Yeah. Like, are they cloned? Are they AI? Are they aliens? Like, what is?
Well, the conclusion for me was that he wasn't mad. He wasn't crazy. His wife was really not there. Like I would be. I was mad.
He still licked the wound.
Of course, he has some craziness going, but I would be crazy too.
This one needs some YouTube research because like I said, even if we come to the conclusion of what we think it is, this one they definitely didn't wrap it up for us. And like my biggest question is, so what is she? Yeah. Why is there two of her? What was the mystery on the island? What happened on the island? Did she eat everybody? Mm-hmm. Is it an alien? Is it an AI? Is it a clone? What is it? And it's literally up to us to just interpret that one. That one was hard, but it was very entertaining. I was still,
but I feel like the whole movie is like that. Like it's all up to like I don't like being small fan stuff. I like to have to dig and figure it out a little bit. But like you said, they didn't give us nothing to latch on to. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think they gave nothing to latch on to on any of them. But like I said,
I think they did.
I just think it's like either like a simulation, they keep restarting it, or keep trying to program the stuff. And like Willem Dafoe, he's usually, like you said, the main dominant figure who they're learning from. And Jesse Plemons is maybe learning as he goes. Like that's what Willem Dafoe is trying to get him to that level. I don't know, man.
But I think at the end,
I think 1 and 3 were explained in my eyes. I was figuring them out. This is how I interpreted 1, and then 3 for me. I figured I got all of 3. So the third one, I felt like it was easier to follow. They're part of a cult. William Dafoe's the man. Everybody wants to have sex with the cult leader, which is a lot like in most cults. If you sleep with somebody else, you contaminated, you out. She used to have a normal life with a husband and daughter. She got brainwashed, left them, went for the cult. She likes to check up on them and sprinkle a little holy water on her daughter's room to keep her safe, or whatever she thinks is right in her mind, bringing her gifts and stuff, shoes. Then the cult's mission is to find this, Virgin Mary or Messiah, healer, Virgin Mary, whatever. Find this holier than thou piece to take them to the promised land, or live on this yacht and lead us in whatever cult they got going. So, and they have various stipulations. It had to be a twin, sister had to be dead. I think it was perfect symmetry with the nipples and the belly button, all that stuff like that. Tall, 130 pounds. And their mission was just to go out there and find her. And like, I think this cult is known to the world, like most big cults are. So like, there are people that want to be in this cult, like, hey, it's my sister. Come check us out. Like, it's us. Like, and the old girl in the beginning was like, can you bring this dude back to life? She was from Euphoria. She was like, hey, it's me. I can do it. No, motherfucker, it ain't you.
Yes, I remember her from Euphoria.
Yeah, you can't do it. You're out. Boom. And then, Emma Stone's husband, who just misses his wife, and I think he knew that if he contaminated her, she'd get kicked out. That's why, as soon as he made a drink and cracked that open, I said, I know what he's doing. He's about to rape her specifically, so she get kicked out, and he can maybe get her back. rape her, boom, she contaminated, you're out, cut her off. She's like, the only way to get back into William Dafoe's good graces is to find the Messiah. Finds her, does all the tests, she passes all the tests, and she do a little happy dance. That shit cracked me up. That shit tickled me. And then she fucked the dog, almost trying to drop her off, and that's it. So that one, I don't know, was neatly wrapped to me, but it was still very enjoyable. That one was dope. It was interesting. So
I mean, I guess everything you said is what I thought. Like I said, the fatigue setting, so it was like shit was just meshing together. But everything you said is pretty much what I had in my head. Yeah, I don't really got nothing else to answer that one, but I do think they all have a common theme.
Yeah, it carries.
now I see the dominance. When you explain the dominance in the alien one about him having dominance over the little crazy AI wife, now I see the dominance relation, but I don't see an actual story.
Do you know
relation
there's somebody?
at all for me.
There's somebody that has been in all three of them, and we don't really know what their real role is. They've explained, is it Emma Stone? They explained how they were using her, and she was on the same diet and whatever. She was being groomed as well. But the one they didn't show was the guy that they were killing, the guy from the hospital. That guy that they almost ran over. He was at the end of the movie, but they showed him again after the credits and stuff, and they showed him again. Now we were just lazy. That could have been like, is he the controlling one, because he was out there eating a burger and he just
Hold on, sorry. Tell me the shit that I missed.
It's just the credits are going, and then the dude that got rose from the dead, he's just at a taco shop eating tacos.
But it's like, why is he? Was he the?
From what story he's from?
Yes, from which
But
universe
yeah,
is he from?
so I don't think the story or the whole thing is one continuous movie, but like you said, the universe. So it's a common theme, not the same story.
I was thinking
Does
it's
that make
like
sense?
different dimensions. That's
Yeah.
how I was thinking. Different dimensions. It's the
Assimilation.
same person but different.
Because I just freshly saw this director film that one movie a couple months ago. Poor Things. Thank you, with Emma Stone and William Dafoe. I think that was Emma Stone's first nudity. Like she was like fucking in that movie. The shit caught the world off guard. Well, actually, like how like when big actresses do that, like, oh, it's great art. Like everybody loved her for it. Like she won like Academy Award, I think. But I knew when this movie came out, same director. I said, oh, I can't wait for the freaky. Like they got to do. This must be his thing. So obviously they was fucking having an orgy.
Yeah, great video.
Yeah, so I was expecting that director's imprint of that of sexual moments. Oh, one thing I wanted to comment on. I was saying this during the movie. That movie's very different, right? That's a very not artsy, but like who thought of that script?
Yeah.
Who thought of that playwright or that screenplay or whatever, and like put that together, and then I'm just so curious because we watch Entourage, stuff like that. I'm just so curious of like when that come across Emma Stone, who's a A-list superstar, right? That comes across her desk, her agent says, "Hey man, I got one for you," and she reads that shit. She goes, "Yeah, this is the one. I'm gonna get fucked in an orgy in this one. There's gonna be some weird shit. I'm gonna be an AI. I'm gonna do this one." I'm very curious of their thought process of why they take on certain roles. Like this is such a out there movie. Like the masses ain't. I don't hear nobody talking about this movie, right? So this ain't the movie for the man. This ain't no summer blockbuster. So like, she's definitely not broke. And like William Dafoe, he always does weird stuff though. And then the other dude, like, I'm just so curious of the behind the scenes, like just how these movies is made, because that's just so interesting to me. Because this is an out there movie. Why wasn't this 3 no-name people? You got 3 big actors
To get you to watch it.
So
But they had to say yes to it though, which is so fascinating to me.
One, to get you to watch it, but just like any professional, like an athlete, for instance, when LeBron, when the season is over, they go work on the weekends or whatever. Emma Stone, William Dafoe, they've been in Spider-Man, they've been in big blockbuster movies. So let's do something real artsy to show niggas like, hey, even if this is a big man in basketball, even though I be in the post, nigga, I go on the 3-point line, I'll cross you up and take you to the rack. Like I want to show my game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I think they're sharpening their
That's
pencil.
that's so fascinating. That's
Because
not
we've talked about that. We've talked about it today. They did really good. Just transitioning.
I knew
into
they would.
different. They did so well. Like, yeah, it was so good.
And then when you take a risk like this as a big time actor like they are, I feel comfortable doing it with Willem Dafoe. If I can catch his energy, I'm gonna be up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's to touch on that, like, oh, I can work with William Dafoe, or this director, he asked me to do a second movie.
Mm-hmm.
If Will's in, I'm in.
Yeah.
Another people who do that is Leonardo DiCaprio. He works with I think Martin Scorsese, and like they've done like 5 movies together, and it's just like Leo knows if Scorsese calls me and says I got a movie for you, Leo's automatically doing it. I think that's so dope in Hollywood. It's like, hey, I know what it's like to work with him. If he wants me to be in something, I don't give a fuck. If I'm full frontal nude, I'm doing it. I know it's gonna be fire. I like that aspect of Hollywood.
It could be a defining moment, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you got to take risks. Like, if you can't get to the next level without taking risks. So, shit, I got to get naked. Like,
And you know-
they might hate it,
Yeah.
but shit, I might get an Oscar or whatever.
And I think that's
all
that's probably a thought that actors and actresses have, whereby they like to do certain type of movies, but the movies that they actually would bring them a lot of money, I'd probably like the Marvel movies. Those would probably make them more money, but they probably have their own type of movies that they like to do or want to explore to do or want to extend their craft.
passion project.
Yeah, like, okay, I want something that's different. Okay, this is cool because it makes me different in 4 different ways. Hell yeah, I'm doing it, you know. I'm not just acting as one person. I can transition in between. You know, I think that's good for an actor. It's just like, even if you think about like music videos or not music, like music albums, when they are making music, they're mostly similar, but you want to also see the difference in them. So
And that's exactly what they showed us in Entourage too. Like,
Yeah.
the dude, I forgot his name, but he had literally a passion project. They're like, dude, this shit sucks. He's like, I'm doing it. Find me a director. And it was like, just the whole behind the scenes thing. Like, I'm making this movie. I don't care how bad it sucks.